All right, ladies and gents, as you've seen the title, we basically have blown the account. We blew the account, not really because of over trading or anything. Yeah, it basically is like that. So I have some notes here that I wrote while I was live trading, and we're gonna go over that real quick. So when I was in the moment, I'll show you guys real quick the trades, but let me go over the notes real quick. Impatient, forcing setups, and trying to make money. So again, this is the number one thing that I'm dealing with right now. I was impatient. I was forcing setups that weren't following my model. The other day, like the Monday, we were forcing a setup that wasn't following the model, and then not following our trading system, blindly forcing confluences with low quality setups. So this is the main thing that I'm dealing with right now, is impatience and just forcing setups that are not following our system. I try to catch myself in the moment, but it's so hard because I'm just like so overthrown by just trying to pass the account, trying to make some money, trying to get out of this rabbit hole of working a 9 to 5, and boom, next thing you know, I'm forcing a setup. I'm forcing a trade that isn't following my system. I'm impatient. I'm thinking to myself, after the trade is done, why did I do that? Like why can't I catch myself in the moment? Even though like I'm just like going to the lower time frame, I think I'm seeing something, but I'm not really seeing what I want to see. And I just think in the back of my mind, okay, maybe this will work out, maybe it will play out, maybe all we need is just to make 2% on this account right now, and then we're going to be only needing 4, and then we're going to be able to pass the account. But it's just not like that. What I'm saying? Like, I'd rather have consistency over a one hit good trade or whatever. But let's go over this setup. So the first trade we took was on ES. It was just a bad setup, I won't lie to you. It was a bad setup. Main reason why was because we just weren't following our system. So here was the quick trade. We had a little, I entered and I exited really quickly because I realized this isn't my trade. I entered here, and no, I sold here, and then I bought it right back there. So I took a short, and I thought to myself, like when I was in the trade, I was like, man, this isn't me, bro. Like, why am I taking this setup? And I shorted, and I eventually closed the trade idea there. If I even had one, it was a 15-minute Sibi. That's it. And then we dropped down to the 1 minute, and I saw an inversion form, and I was like, all right, hold on, this looks good. Right here, this inversion, and I realized, maybe I'm a little too late. Let me just enter here, and then I just pick it out as soon as possible because I realized that isn't me. I would not trade like this. This is not my type of trading style. Again, I like I said before in the previous videos, I'm not trading inversion fair value ups, and here I am today trading an inversion fair value. I'm not following what I say I'm going to do. I'm not following my system. And again, last night I was back testing my system. Today I'm going to review my system, and I'm going to back test even more and hopefully implement what I see real time to trade. What I'm saying? Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why I'm thinking this. And again, I'm going to buy another funded account, but the main thing I need to work on is being disciplined and working on just following my trading system. And that's it. The over leveraging, the taking too many trades, that just needs that's something that needs to be controlled. And the only way I'm going to control that is if I just simply understand why it's even happening in the first place. And the reason it is happening is because of the money aspect. Again, I'm impatient. Like I said in my vlogs or in the previous videos, I'm impatient. I'm trying to rush the process when in reality there is no need to rush. It's gonna be a slow cook, and I need to realize that. I need to have I was thinking about it yesterday, I need to have delayed gratification. I need to delay myself from any sort of gratification or just any thoughts of making money. Like, you will make money whenever you don't think about the money. Like, if you stop thinking about it so much, you're going to make money. And that's one of the things I'm just trying to really work on, is not thinking about the money. And here is the second. These were 2 trades. So I took 1 trade here. I took 2 trades, one on ES and then one on NQ here. Again, it just wasn't following my trading system. So here, this trade, we took it right here, and we had our stop loss right here, and we were just aiming for a 1-to-1. I was like, all right, hold on, maybe we can get this. We can make back our loss and make a little bit more. Then guess what happened? It never happened. We got stopped out. So we entered here as soon as we came and retraced buy limit. And then we got stopped out right around here. This was the stop loss a little bit before that, because again, we reached the end of day trailing drawdown, the maximum limit. So that's basically why the account got blown. Again, risking too much on certain positions when in reality we shouldn't have. And again, this is one of the things, if you're risking so much and like you're trying to pass these prop firms with speed, you have to be taking the highest quality setup. If you don't, this is what happens. You blow the account in a couple of trades, but that's the risk you have to take. So that's one thing I'm willing to really understand and grasp, is that I'm gonna have to be stomach these bad trades, blowing these accounts, Again, there's a lot of potential downside. You have to be able to stomach these losses and realize that, like, it's part of the system. Because then whenever you do win, it's going to be a big win. You cannot steer away from that. You cannot be like, oh, I'm only 200 away. Let me tomorrow, let me go, like, let me get some, or I'm only like $1,000 away. Let me get one quick 1-to-1, risking 2%, like, no, you cannot have that type of mindset. You have to follow your system, follow your rules. And again, today was a perfect example of what not to do as a trader. And that's not following your trading plan. Follow your trading plan. I only try to take one trade a day, one high quality setup a day. If it presents itself, and if it doesn't, then we step away. But today, and that's another thing, only taking one setup a day, I really feel like it just like something in the back of my mind, it just like itches. Okay, maybe today we'll find a trade. Maybe, like it's a bad habit of just trying to find a trade, forcing a setup every single day because you think the market is gonna like leave you behind if you don't trade, or maybe like that day you'll miss a setup or something. Like it's just like you're forcing it when in reality you don't have to force it. It's a really bad habit, especially whenever you want money, like whenever you want to see those big payouts, whenever you want to see that lifestyle change. But again, I'm here, I'm gonna be disciplined, I'm gonna try to recoup and pass these funded accounts. That's my main objective, is getting funded with this type of risk, this type of approach. And I know a lot of people are going to be commenting like, oh, why are you doing this? Like, why don't you like risk 1% at least? Or why don't you like lower the risk? And again, I told you guys, I'm trying to pass these accounts with speed and just not even look back. I'm trying to pass, of course, when we're funded or whenever you get the evaluation or the express account, I mean, that's a different story. Like if I get funded, that's a different story. Of the risk, I'll probably lower it. Instead of 2%, I'll probably risk 1% and just try to get a payout. I'll go play it safe. But of course, I'm still going to risk a little bit more than usual, but I'll play it safe. That's the thing. And yeah, it just feels, I feel like it really hurts, but at the same time, it's a learning process. I feel like you can't learn without experiencing these things. Like I see, a lot of people try to avoid it, but it's just like certain things you can't avoid, certain things you have to learn through experience. It's like touching your hand on the stove and burning yourself. Like you're never going to learn unless you do it. And that's basically what happened today. I'm going to journal these trades. I'm going to continue to tape read today and review my journal, review my playbook, back test a little bit more. It's really just live trading. I need to continue to take notes while I'm live trading to understand what I'm doing wrong and what I'm feeling, to avoid those emotions of impatience and just being greedy. Control myself, basically, understanding how to control myself from the mental aspect to follow the system, follow the trading system, and just like not being impatient and greedy. That's pretty much really it. But yeah, the bias for today, I was bearish. As soon as this came in, I was bearish, and then eventually this came up. I was like, all right, hold on, we can probably catch a quick move to this 15-minute SIBI, and then eventually the market will start moving lower because ES was already in there, and I thought ES was going to stall while NQ was going to catch up, and of course not. We have SMT now. Clearly the market started to move lower. YM was probably the best market to trade for shorts, I won't lie to you, because of this. So we had a 15-minute confluence here, a 15-minute CRT form, boom, and then on the 1 minute, you had the 1 minute change in state. Even after like sweeping the buy side pre-market highs, this is kind of what you want to be looking for. So you can see we swept those, we had a change in the state of delivery, and we had a sell center balance. What is this, like clear 22 model? Right there you can see the market filled it up perfectly, and then it started to move lower. This would have been a beautiful trade idea in my honest opinion. And you can just, it's another thing, use standard deviations for key targets. That would have been your 1 to 2. But yeah, and then another reason why is because on the 2 hour we had a CRT, swept the low, came back up 50% retracement, and then on the 30-minute we had another one, but on the 15 it formed it a lot better, more clean. 15-minute we swept 10 a.m. key candle. Of course, if you waited for this, but if you use the advanced one, since we're retracing back into the daily inversion, another key area for rejection, that would have been your trade idea right there. Plus we're sweeping buy side of pre-market highs, key, that would have been key. But we didn't take it. Market's chopping. So tomorrow we're gonna come back again. I'm trading every single day. I'm coming in, I'm trading every single day, but every day is not a trading day. Facts. That's facts. Every day you're not gonna be able to find a trade, and that's something I need to come to the realization of, that every day is not a trading day. I need to write that down. I need to write that down and like stamp it in my forehead or something, bro. Like I need to get that like tattooed on my arm. Every day is not a trading day or something, bro. Like I need to like that's another thing. Like every day I come into the market expecting to find a trade because I'm showing up every single day. So I expect certain results to occur because I'm showing up. But it's not like that with trading. Trading is the opposite. You can show up every day, but you won't get the results, or you won't get any results at all, because sometimes it's better to not even trade. More in tune with it, just being more patient, bro. Just like understanding that things won't happen overnight and you'll be rewarded for that. you know. So that's basically really it. I need to go meditate on that, you know, like how to be more patient, how to just build my patience. I need to build my patience for real. And that's only going to happen if I show up every single day and just continue to review and analyze what I'm doing wrong, learn from my mistakes, continue to build upon what I know, review my system, my trades, and understand, you know, like what I'm looking for on a deep enough level, and just following that to get the results that I want. Because right now I'm clearly not getting the results that I want because I'm not following what I told myself I'll follow and what I've been learning and building upon. So that's basically really it.